day, everyone. Chris here. October updates. Yes, we're in October now, aren't we? Let me straighten this out a little bit. There we go. Need to be in the center of things all the time. That's just the way I roll. Okay. Biggest consistent updates. Lots of things have been going on. Lots of things happening. You like my t-shirt? Pretty cool, huh? Thank you so much, whoever sent them to me. No, I don't garden, so you're going to see it online once in a while. Here's what we're finding. Number one, disconnecting from Orion. The constellation Orion is reptilian homeland, reptilian base, whatever. So we've been disconnecting people from Orion, and that is at an area called the main min, which is those two little dimples in your lower back. There's a connection. You just intend to unplug it from the main min, from those dimples, and that will disconnect from Orion. Also in the back of the first cervical at the atlas, disconnect, pull out a plug from there. Just make that intent. That'll disconnect the person from Orion. Another big one is correcting polarity. And the way I do this is just make the intent, axis within the person, true, North Pole, true, South Pole, true, and then total polarity, true. And that'll recalibrate the person's polarity with the ever-changing polarity within the planet. That's very important. Now, the big one. Within our causal body, which is an etheric body that contains everything the physical does, in the brain is an amethyst crystal. Okay, now with that amethyst crystal is an attractant, let's say, or a lure for archons. What is an archon? Archon in the Middle East, they call it the jinn. Some people call it a demon, but it's an entity, it's a consciousness that causes, let's say, bad luck. It causes illness, causes all kinds of problems within everyone. We all got one of these things, one or more for sure. So if there's an area of concern, it's usually associated with an archon. So this crystal, if we take now the controllers of archons, demons of sacrifice, Moloch and Iblis. Okay, two very big ones. If you disconnect Moloch and Iblis from that amethyst crystal, then move out the archons, then you can go into the body and find the archons and get them out. Now, the toughie. This won't do it right now. Not right now. What you need to use is this. This is a slim spurling tool. It's called the AccuVac coil. And by holding it to the person, giving it a spin, and then pulling on it, you might feel a bit of a pulling sensation, like a magnetic pull. Okay, that will bring the archons to the surface. Then you can use the Vesica Pisces, or that triple pyramid will work also, to lift them off and move them into ether. Okay, that is huge, huge, huge if you can get rid of these archons. So that's basically where we are. And then everything that we're finding here is all steps to get us to that point of physicality, to that point of what is actually causing a problem within this person. I just finished working with my ALS person in the UK, moved off these archons, got rid of all of that stuff. Now Zeus is a big one too. You got to look for Zeus. He's a son of a gun. Oh, that guy makes me crazy. Not that I'm crazy enough. So you got to move out Zeus, the archons, get rid of all that stuff, and then there's a problem. And we found within his insular cortex, which controls swallowing, homeostasis, all these different bodily functions that we don't think about on a daily basis, found a big cyst, and that just could be the whole thing. Also, a lot of bovine DNA was in there causing the cyst. There's always a cause to everything. So that's basically where we are right now. That's kind of a holding true consistency to do these preliminary clearings. There's always a preliminary clearing before you get to the physical problem, where you can actually make a change within somebody. Sometimes just getting rid of the archons is enough. I've always been injuring my right big toe ever since I was like 3-4 years old. I remember the first time I injured it, and then after that it was always some kind of injury. The last thing I ever did was about 6-7 years ago. I hit it as hard as I could with an axe. I was chopping wood in sandals. I know my father-in-law loves this story. He says, "Don't wear sandals, you're going to hurt yourself." And I said, "Okay, Dad, no problem." And what happens? That axe glanced off the wood and it hit my big toe. It didn't cut it off, still got it, but it did break the skin pretty good. Good thing I wasn't sharp. Okay, so that is where we are right now. Things are changing very, very quickly. Okay, the whole thing with Archons is that Susie and I did find where the Archons were grounded to. Not the Archons, Iblis and Moloch. We did find where they were grounded to. Now everything on an etheric level needs to ground through a human. Okay, in order for it to be a viability on the planet and to humanity, it has to ground through something of an organic nature. It has to ground through us. And we did find the ground, I believe so, because it did make a very big difference with my clearings that day and yesterday. So that is where we are. Lots more to follow, I'm sure. Everything is going at, again, such breakneck speed, finding new stuff. The courses are going amazing. People are realizing that there is validity here, that it does work, and it's not just another flash in the pan, let's try this and make it work. No, it is working. And just told somebody in Mexico, the UK, people are really getting into it and realizing, okay, it's working. So that's where we are for October right now. We were going to keep in touch, and as soon as more and more things come out, we're going to let you know about them. Okay, Chris out. Hello again from my wonderful basement, my wonderful man cave, where we all do all kinds of stuff. We play music, we do healings, clearings. Wonderful place to be. Time for an update. Lots of people asking me about things. Of course, we're trying to answer everything that we can. The vaccine, the virus, duality, right? Vaccine, virus. Are you anti-vax? Are you vax? Your choice. Don't worry about it. It's all going to go away. Should anyway. That's what it's been prophesized, is that it's going to leave as fast as it came in. But of course, Mr. Big Brother, Mr. Government Man, Mr. whoever is going to do what they can to control you, and it's up to you if you want to follow in that direction. No judgment here. That's not my job. So follow your heart. Where do you want to be? I mean, people are getting the vaccination so they can travel. Wrong reason to get the vaccination. You want to get it so you don't get the virus. Ultimately that's what it is, but everybody's been led down the garden path before. We've been there, done that. Anyways, I love you. Okay? Updates of what's going on here. Okay. This morning was a very big awakening. Yesterday, this morning, lots of stuff coming in. Of course, now we are going forward with ascension. It's happening anyway, and nothing can stop this. Everything that's going on this planet, all the stuff, is to stop ascension. Plain and simple. You name it. It's here to stop ascension. And our job is to go forward and make ascension happen. So what we found in like last couple weeks, month, has been just boom, boom, all these things flying in. Dowsing, move this, move that, do this, do that. But today was very, very specific and very eye-opening, and it kind of goes back to where we were working, let's say a few years ago, and that's working in the first dimension, second dimension energies, which is all satanic, shamanic stuff, where all the witchcraft happens, all the bad stuff happens there. But the big thing, the big change is where we work within the body. So ultimately, look in a mirror. What do you see? You see a mirror image of yourself. Now, I did some research a number of years ago about black magic, because of course you want to know how they do it so you can fight against them. So I did watch a video where somebody would take a picture of somebody and then place it against a mirror, a reflection of a mirror, and then off to the side have a sigil or a witchcraft spell or some kind of intent reflecting off that mirror onto the person. So if you consider the mirror image of yourself as a body, an energy, which it is, it's you. Start clearing it out. Number one, disconnect it from the first dimension. Number two, get rid of all the rituals, sigils, witchcraft spells, anything you can douse for and find. It's going to really open a door and get deep into stuff. So today I'm finding people connected with the Ars Notoria, that satanic book that's in the library of the Vatican of all places. Burn it down. And then you get rituals, you get spells, all kinds of stuff is going to be within there. So you clear out that mirror image, that mirror reflection, and it seems to just really, really open things up. So this to me is another step forward in ascension, is being able to get to that point. Again, I always use the analogy: you're off deer hunting, there's a deer behind that tree, but you can't shoot it until that tree's moved, because the deer ain't moving. Same thing here. Once we have these alignments, certain things happen that we can now get to that problem and clear it out. We know it's there, but we can't do it until it's time. And now it is time. All right, you look at the world right now, not a good place. You look at Israel, all that eastern area, Jerusalem, Israel, where all this war is happening. It's just ridiculous what's going on in the world. I mean, it's one thing after another. So my thoughts: stay the course. Don't get misled. Don't get distracted. Stay the course. You're part of TQH. Good on you. Keep going forward. Don't get distracted. There's so much crap on the internet. People are taking a little thing and twisting it and torquing it to make it something big and different. I saw yesterday, it was a video. Some guy, he has his own news channel. Of course, we all have our own news channel. But this guy, he's like, oh, Joe Biden said something today in a speech, and it sounds like he's really losing it. He's looking for mother. Somebody who they referred to as mother. He wanted to say hi, and she wasn't there. Where's mother? Where's mother? So it makes it sound like he's losing his mind looking for his mom. Just stuff like that is really irking me in a lot of ways. I mean, Facebook, all of the social media, YouTube, people are putting stuff on there that just doesn't make any sense at all. It's all designed to distract. It's all designed to cause questions and doubt within everything. I mean, I don't know, I'm really, my fuse is getting pretty short in a lot of ways about things. People pressuring people into getting vaccinated, shaming anti-vaxxers, anti-vaxxers shaming vaxxers. Come on, people, let's get through this together. Let's stop pointing fingers. If you want to get vaccinated, go ahead. I love you. Doesn't matter. My wife got both vaccinations. Her body, her choice. I says, good for you. That's okay. You made your own decision. And that's what it's all about, is being able to keep your own decision as to where your heart is, where your head is, where your feelings are at. I stand very strongly in not getting the vaccination for various reasons. Okay, not because of what I'm seeing on the internet, but because it's my decision. End of the day, that's what it's all about. So let's keep on going onward and upward. The tools, these pyramids are doing amazing. You haven't got one, consider it. They're well worth the money. They're doing a great job. They're cutting through the veils of energy. They're making changes in a big way. We're coming up with a few new products. Ruthenium is just blowing people out of the water. I'll take some water. I'll put the energy of ruthenium in there and the intent to do what ruthenium does at an energy spiritual level, and it's knocking people out. It's clearing out entities. It's doing all kinds of things. So we want to get that on the website. We want to make sure that things are working properly before we start pushing them and offering them to people. Okay, I'm never going to push anything. You buy what you want. What else? I mean, it's just all kinds of things going on at different levels. I think So anyway, sorry. Lost my train of thought for a second. Keep going forward. Stay the course. Ask better questions. Less judgment, please. Less judgment. That's for something else to decide what goes on with judgment. So we'll be back again soon. Chris Kaler, we are out.